Alright, so here we go. Off to work again. Friday. Today's Friday. One of the rituals we do at work, well, we started here the last few weeks, is after we eat lunch, we'll go out and smoke a cigar. A short one, like a nub or something of that matter, maybe 30, 45 minutes worth. And also, I've got a eye exam today. Lost my train of thought there, going through around the corner. So, I'll be leaving work a few minutes early. So last night, I was playing around with some video editing software. At the same time, I was browsing YouTube videos on how to with said video editing software. And I'm sure they're all the same. You just have to learn how to use them. And I was only using iMovie there for a while, and just basically just cutting segments of video out, and I'm adding a few frame transitions or comments, titles, things of that nature. Well, let me tell you, Adobe Premiere Pro, it's made for pros. And I'm sure that I'm only using about 5% of that program that I could be using. But I think I have the split cam or multicam or whatever it's called, to where I might be able to actually incorporate that into a video. The hard part is I exported 2 videos last night. I didn't upload them because they didn't come out worth a crap, but the biggest problem is I realized that the Sony Action Cam and the GoPro Cam were not on the same settings. So I think I have them both set now for a 1080p at 30 frames a second. I didn't think I needed 60 frames a second. I've read some reviews on, how can you really tell the difference between that. And so anyway, I'm not too awful concerned about that right now. But after I got the video section of it taken care of, I realized that when I exported it, I reviewed it, the video was good, no audio, none, no audio at all. So I had to figure out what I did wrong with that. A lot of people who do this, the tutorials I was watching were basically somebody like doing an interview of somebody. So they had 2 cameras, and so they were in the same room, facing the same direction. So it was easy to get the video timed up together, and the audio was on both of them, so they could use the software to select an audio track. Well, the audio on the Sony Action Cam is not going to be like the audio on my GoPro, because I have an external mic attached, and the Sony Action Cam is just picking up all kinds of wind noise right now, or maybe motor noise. So if I let the software try to pick the audio sync, it's not going to do it, because it's not going to find an acceptable point. I just need to figure out, maybe I just need to drag the audio from the GoPro camera on a different channel. So maybe tonight or this weekend or some point I'll see what I can do with that. I might have been invited on a ride this Sunday with, I'll put their YouTube links down in the description below, but with Gladius and RT Commuter, and they're local guys here in surrounding Fredericksburg area. So I'm not sure yet if I'll be able to ride. I don't know what time they're going to head out and do their thing, or even if I'll be able to do that. But hopefully that'd be fun. Unfortunately, I know that they both now have the Sena Bluetooth communication sets, and I got an old Cardos Scalar Rider Q2, and it works for me right now. But I don't think I'll be able to connect up with theirs. So you know, if their videos, I'm sure they'll be able to hear each other communicating, and you'll just see me doing some head nodding or them responding to my gestures, because I sure as hell won't be able to hear or talk to them. But you know, that's something that's on my wish list. There's a set of those Bluetooth headsets, because I got some friends around here that are also interested in getting into this. And you know, these are old. These Cardo Scalar Rider Q2s I have are pretty old. I just broke them out of the box a few weeks ago, and they have been sitting in my motorcycle bin for, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe more, and the batteries were completely dead. I tried charging them for a couple days, but you know, they were gone. So I covered this in another video. I found a guy online who showed you how to take the controller bit apart and replace the battery with a I can't remember which generation iPod battery. So I did that, and it worked like a charm. The only problem is I didn't weather seal the units back up. So if I get caught in a heavy downpour, then these might be toast. I've been happy with this Scalar Rider Q2 since I've been using them, but I've only used them with me and the wife riding around when she's sitting on the back of the bike. So she's off today, and she's got that lovely 4:10 schedule. So she'll be swinging by the office today to snatch me up so we can go do our eye exam and see how that goes. I'm debating. I didn't have any leftovers to bring to lunch today, so I need to go pick some up. But how much of a pain in the ass that is stopping on the bike, we'll see. I'm looking at getting a little tank bag to go up here in front of me, but I don't know if it'll fit or not. We'll just have to wait and see. It'd be nice just to have a little tank bag that's, you know, magnetic tank bag, so I can just grab it and pull it off and go into the shop or whatever with all my crap in it. But right now I'm just bungee cording my straps on the back to the, bungee cording my bag on the behind my seat. I took a passenger seat off in Sissy Bar and all this other crap I had back there not too long ago to the wife and I just haven't been riding together very often, so I just took that off. It makes the bike look a little bit better, I think. And I had some crappy, really classic Chinese knockoff hard bags on here that really look like they look bad, and they didn't match. They were black. They didn't match the bike. The bike's blue, and when I took them off, it was interesting. You know, they were full of water. So I'm like, yeah, well, it's a good thing I didn't have anything in them. And they rattled, so you know, poor man got to live 4 ways. I'd love to have a set of the Corbin Beetle bags on this thing, but man, them things are almost $2,000, and I'm pretty confident that's ridiculous. Because they're not that big, so you're paying more for the aesthetic look of them and the name brand than you are of any kind of functionality. I left the house a little bit earlier than I did the past few days, so I'll probably meet up with that Beamer rider up here a little bit farther down the road. And today's just cool enough to where a pair of riding pants would have come in handy. I took the windshield off. I don't have as much protection as I did, but even that, my inner thighs up near my ghibli bits, that gets cold most of the time. I don't have those lowers on the lower forks to deflect the wind around the bike, so that's another wish list item. I keep thinking to myself, do I need to keep buying wish list items for this bike if I really am interested in trading it in on a you know, adventure bike, dual sport, whatever. Not really a dual sport. Dual sport's more of a off-road, on-road bike, but the Yamaha, like the Versys or the BMW adventure bikes, that style of riding. I don't know if I'm going to trigger the light. There's a car behind me. Maybe it'll get close enough. There we go. I did. Good to go. Remember when I used to have my Ducati, you know, it's such a smaller bike than this, and a little bit higher off the ground and a lot of more plastic. Sometimes I go to those intersections and just would not trip the light. I mean, the ones that have the cameras for the motion, those are motion. If you see cameras in my video at intersections, if they're video cameras, they're there for safety reasons, or they're the sensors to trigger the traffic signals, because it's illegal in the state of Virginia for them to use those cameras to issue tickets, which I forget about when I'm in other states. I was up in where did we go? Massachusetts, I think. Boston, yeah. I can't remember exactly. I think we're in Massachusetts. And roll through a stop sign. Please stop. There you go. Roll through a stop sign, and we got back, and sure enough, I got a letter in the mail with a link to go to a video that, hey, here's you in a rental car rolling through a stop sign. That'll be a $250 fine, please. And they have them in Maryland here, which is not horribly far away from us. So you gotta remember those kind of things. You know, some states, if you go into a light and you know that people, you know that there's nobody coming. I mean, it's not like you don't almost stop. I mean, I know there's my BMW, buddy. I mean, it's not like I just blazed through a red light. I mean, barely rolling. I mean, to where if I was, any more, it'd have been stopped. But it doesn't matter. I understand the law, and I understand that I was still moving, so I'm not upset over the ticket. I mean, I know I deserved it, but my point is, if you're used to doing that where it gets overlooked in your state, you need to make sure that the state you're going to, or might be driving in, that their laws, if they have cameras at those intersections, they are going to get you. And I don't know if it's computerized or if they have somebody actually watching the footage, reviewing the footage, looking for people who have ran the red lights. I have trouble speaking when I'm in traffic sometimes. I got these dump trucks up here and they're just inching forward, so I'm just aggravated. It's just annoying. It annoys me even when I'm in the car. You're at an intersection and you stop behind a person and they see you back there, so they've left about 6 car lengths between themselves and a car in front of them. So they see you get behind them and you get closer than they are to the car behind them, so they inch up. And then you inch up, and then they inch up again. And then it's a game to them, I believe. And it is the, Reggie with 2 G's made a video a few days ago about things that make him butt nutty, and that's one of them that does it to me. I mean, it's come on, just get to where you want to be, stop and stay there. Then when I get to where I want to be, I'll stop and I'll stay there until the light turns. But if you don't like where I am, don't keep inching up, because inevitably. This little area right here off to the left, see if I can look at it. Right over there. It's known as Slaughter Pen Farm. That was a sign of a pretty bloody Civil War battle. There's a couple of houses and a couple of barns there. They're not period. They weren't there during the Civil War, but they're still old and abandoned. I mean, they still grow crops. I think they got soybeans growing over there right now, but those abandoned houses and barns and it looked like a little dairy area. A lot of people go over there to take photographs. Some photographers go over there and, you know, have, I don't know, they do teen shots, you know, graduation pictures. They do engagement photos, I think, over there, things of that nature. I've been over there and taking some photos myself. It's pretty cool. I guess people started not busting in, but going into the house, and so all the windows have been boarded up. So the other day I was in here, a friend of mine was looking at my video. Oh, look at this guy, he can park where he wants also. So that car that was parked right here on this, obviously no parking area, but I've had that guy pass me many times. I've never seen anybody in the vehicle with him before, but I know he lives somewhere near the town I live in, back there, Bowling Green, and he's a former police officer. And the funny thing about it is, you know, for the example he's setting is unbelievable. He will go down that road, and I mean, he will pass everything on the road, everything. I don't care how fast you're going or what. I've seen him. He basically does what he wants to do, and he don't care. Nothing stops him. I've seen him make a right turn at a light, only to make a left turn again to avoid stopping at the red light. I've seen him come up to intersections, and like, let's say this one right here, there's one farther down the road where this lane goes straight, and the right lane right there has to turn right. He will stop in that right lane with the lights red, knowing that he's not turning right, but what he'll do is, when the light turns green, he'll go straight and get in front of the other cars. Straight, just completely ridiculous. My buddy Ian from work, coming to the Wawa to get him something to eat. That's one of my smoking buddies. So he'll be out there smoking a cigar later today. Something else I need to learn how to do is how people, how you tag those videos with a floating bubble. I mean, you know, like, you know, the little target spot that shows, who was it? That was Adrian Nickelodeon, when he sees people with the, on their cell phones. You know, he's got the little target spot that zeroes in on them, and I'm not sure what software that is, but it's pretty cool. So I'd just like to find out some of that stuff. That's pretty cool stuff. Almost as cool as this tractor trailer getting all up in the way. But hey, you know what? When this is got a lot of industrial stuff going on out here too, so can't get too mad. All these people going to the methadone clinic. .370Z. I remember when they came out with the 350Z. You know, that's a pretty. I liked it anyway. Not that I didn't. I wasn't interested in owning one, but I would definitely wanted to drive the shit out of one of them. I've owned so many vehicles. Guess that's one thing about being having a few years on me. You know, I've owned everything from station wagons to I've got I built some off-road Jeeps. I built a 67 Jeep CJ5 from the ground up. After that, well, anyway, I should stop this video because I'm here.